What's happening, y'all? I heard about this the other day, and this is my first time taking a look at the story. But I did hear, that it ended three people's lives, and I'm just like, good Lord. So let's check this out and see what happened.
The Trump administration now investigating a deadly Florida crash allegedly caused by an illegal migrant truck driver.
And officials say the suspect couldn't read English or understand road signs despite getting a commercial driver's license from 2 sanctuary states.
Lucas Tomlinson is live in Washington with the details. Good morning.
How do you let that happen? They can't read English or understand the road signs? And did you see when the car hit? Well, I'm going to put the link down below because I'm not allowed to show it. But when the car hit, you see how calm he was? Like just another day at work.
And Lucas.
Good morning, Lawrence. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has launched a new investigation into this deadly Florida highway crash involving an illegal alien. Preliminary report says if states had followed the rules, the driver would have never been behind the wheel. It also says the driver responsible for that fatal crash that killed 3 people, quote, the driver failed the assessment, providing correct responses to just 2 of 12 verbal questions and only accurately identifying 1 of 4 highway traffic signs. Here's more from Secretary Duffy on X posting, here's what we know. Washington State improperly issued the driver a full-term commercial driver's license. Asylum seekers or illegal aliens are not allowed to receive this. New Mexico failed to conduct an English language proficiency test when they pulled the driver over for speeding. Had they done this, the driver would not have been on the road. We are also looking into California's issuance of a commercial driver's license. The failures here are despicable. And
I know a police officer, a state trooper, who has now passed away from a similar type situation. It's like he was actually hit while writing a ticket for someone by someone who was drunk driving and had their license suspended like 2 or 3 times already. That person should have never been on the road. You see what I'm saying? There's certain rules we have where, this one's actually worse because it's like, wait a minute. To be able to drive on our roads, and understand our signs, you got to be able to speak, read English and understand the signs. Like, come on. Like, actually, no, I don't know which one's worse. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you get your license suspended that man. Can you get your license suspended indefinitely? I've never looked that up before. Let me see something. Can your driver's license be suspended indefinitely? Yes. Yeah, well, it should have been with that person. Because someone's now not here. But, okay.
Non-enforcement and radical immigration policies have turned the trucking industry into a lawless frontier, resulting in unqualified foreign drivers improperly acquiring licenses to operate 40-ton vehicles. The president and I moved quickly to require drivers to speak English, our national language, and launch a full-scale audit of how these licenses are doled out. Now here's more about the driver.
Wow.
Harjinder Singh is accused of killing 3 people in a minivan in Florida after you showed the video after attempting an illegal U-turn through a highway last week in Fort Pierce, marked official use only, with his massive tractor trailer blocking the highway of a 4-lane highway. And the 28-year-old illegal alien faces deportation and 3 counts of homicide. The trucking company is also under review. And guys, that accident.
And I see why that happened. It just looked like he was driving and turned. You can't do that. Like the traffic behind him is still going. I don't.
Happened just an hour north of Palm Beach in Mar-a-Lago, guys.
Wow, thanks, Lucas. And we have all caught on video. Washington State is not allowed to issue a commercial driver's license to illegal aliens. They did. New Mexico failed to conduct an English proficiency test, and they pulled the driver over for speeding. Had they done that, the driver would not have been on the road. So, but both states, sanctuary states, lenient illegal immigrant policies, and the result is more death.
So this driver is driving down in Florida. He ends up being arrested in the state of California. So did he drive all the way across the country? If you get an illegal driver's license in a state that allows this, you drive all over the map, and he's being charged with killing 3 people, a 37-year-old woman, a 54-year-old man who was from Miami, then a 30-year-old driver of that car, of that minivan. You could see in the video the minivan just before it hits. So you know, obviously, they're alive. And as soon as it hits, 2 of them die there on the scene. 1 was transported to the hospital. And the driver, if you are in an accident, have you ever been in an accident? You get so nervous. You have a reaction. The driver didn't even have a reaction, just looks back and sees that
that's what I said.
The minivan hit him, did a U-turn in the middle of the Florida Turnpike.
Well, no reaction when people died immediately on the scene.
Correct.
So you see the, medical...
That makes me wonder, did he not know what happened? Could he not see it in his rearview mirror? Did he not care? Is he a sociopath? Is he a psychopath? Like, what happened there,
Workers as well as first responders putting the white cloth over the body, and you still don't have a reaction after you see that? But I have multiple questions. First of all, who gave the test? Who administered the test? They should be banned.
You can easily find out, right? Don't you have to sign off?
Just investigate. These aren't easy tests. My dad's a truck driver, so who gave the test? Was there someone helping him with the test? Because the guy doesn't speak English. Was the test given in a different language? I mean, there's so many questions
You could
about...
only read 1 of the 4 road signs.
That makes no sense.
Right. I mean, so it's so interesting that he couldn't answer. They asked him 12 questions. He couldn't answer. He only...
Needless death. Needless. This didn't have to happen.
He got 10 wrong. They asked him different questions about what signs to read. He goes... the rules they had, the driver would never have been behind the wheel if he was be able to answer these questions. The driver failed the assessment, provided correct responses to 2 of 12 verbal questions, and only actually identified 1 of 4 highway traffic signs.
Let me tell you something. I know people are going to shine a light on the whole illegal thing. Let me tell you something. There's people on the road right now that are legal, that are citizens, that shouldn't be driving, that are getting through the system. This is a system problem. Because this should have been checked. You get what I'm saying?
But the other thing is, doesn't the dead reaction remind you of Laken Riley's killer in the courtroom? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that this guy's a mass murderer, like a killer, but he does kill people, and he doesn't seem to understand the gravity of the situation. The other thing is,
Well, you know what? Death is looked at differently in different places, in different parts of the world. I had a customer when I used to sell security systems, and he told me that he had went to Africa. I forgot which country in Africa, but when he went there, he said 2 cabbies, 2 taxi drivers were fighting over who was going to drive him somewhere. The police over there got AK-47s. The policeman came over, told them to stop arguing. And they kept arguing, kept telling him stop arguing. So he shot one of them, left him right there on the dirt road. He said, and he was there waiting to be transported or whatever, because he wasn't going with neither one of those 2 cabbies. And he said that body lay there for what seemed like forever. You see what I'm saying? Wait, 2 guys are arguing. Maybe arrest one of them, arrest both of them, maybe threaten them with arrest, tickets. No, shot him and kept it moving. That's a different way of looking at life. You know what I mean?
Appreciation. I kid around about driving that RV, but it was huge. Right? It is so hard to drive that car. You don't get training. In a million years, I would never drive anyone in there. Can you imagine if you put me in Russia and told me to drive an 18-wheeler. It's an accident waiting to happen.
Well, the company is based out of California, and according to the Miami Herald, the company took down its Facebook page on Monday. Google is now listing it as permanently closed. And then Sean Duffy said on Tuesday or yesterday, he said in social media that there would be a federal investigation of this company, and said he's looking into how this driver got a commercial driver's license in California.
Since they have to cross state lines, the administration has to put a restriction when it comes to the CDL. If you're a CDL holder, I'm not trying to get into states' rights and all that. It's up to you to put pressure on your own state. But since most 18-wheeler drivers go across state lines, the feds should be able to have federal regulation.
I agree with you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Wow. That is sad. Let me know if y'all got any more details on this. That's wild, that dude's reaction. Wow.